Okay.
Uh-huh. Uh, 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 uh. On the boats and on the planes, they come to America, never looking back again. They come to America, everywhere around the world. They come to America, got a dream come to share. They come to America. Is there a fire? Because we're not supposed to yell fire in a crowded place unless it's really a fire, because that's against the First Amendment right. This is American Culture Topics. I'm your host, Mills Lane. Joining me is... I'm going to do it for him. Trap Gardner.
Trap Gardner here.
There you go.
I mean?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know how we get started. Put your hand over your heart. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal and that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among which are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
The pursuit of happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's funny we talk about the pursuit of happiness, because happiness is what? Is a state of mind.
Yes, it is.
That coincides with everything that's going on in your environment.
Yes, it is.
Whether it's financial, relationships.
Yes, it is.
Attitude.
Yes, it is.
All of this ties back into your mind. So
It does.
in America, we are taught to love the mind, and we are learning to nurture the mind.
Mm-hmm.
As now our mental state has become the forefront. So that's our culture. How do we deal with our minds? How do we deal with mental health? What's going on? What's wrong with mental health? And what's right about dealing with mental health? Because we're from a different era. Like I'm like maybe generation Y, the beginning of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you are.
Trap is from like generation A. When a tablet, when you actually wrote on a tablet with a hammer and a spike, and you just tapping in your initials.
I told you about that. There you go. That's it, man.
Okay. All right, I understand.
Yeah, but we didn't have laptops and computers like that when I was a young boy. But I tell you this much, shit, we did know how to write. We could use a pencil and know what to do with
it. So we're gonna talk about mental health for a little bit, and one of the first things I want to break down, Trap. We're gonna break it down into 4 categories.
Okay,
First one is anxiety.
Anxiety.
The second category is depression.
Depression.
All right. The third category is stress.
Stress.
And the fourth, the most strong one, suicide.
Suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All this hangs out in that brain. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Dude. Yeah.
So when I'm thinking about anxiety, having an anxiety disorder refers to a specific psychiatric disorder that involves extreme fear or worry and includes generalized anxiety disorder, panic
Right.
disorder, panic attacks, social anxiety disorder, selective mutism, separation anxiety, and specific phobias. You understand that anxiety? It's like it drives people. Their breathing habits. Like, oh my gosh, you start to have these emotional breakdowns on events.
Right. Yeah. Like, yeah, I understand that. I understand that very well.
And then this topic touches home, especially in the internet world, because I've been noticing a lot of anxiety that people deal with when they're interacting with others in chat rooms, um, social media platforms. You would
Yeah.
think you would want to reserve that anxiety for real life stuff like, you know,
Get stuck in the
financial.
elevator.
Yeah, getting stuck in the elevator.
Yeah, get stuck in the elevator.
Or how about being in the passenger seat of some drunk driver, you know?
Oh, yeah, yeah, you know what I mean?
So
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder, when like I said, it just comes up. Or if you're in a relationship and you think you're about to lose the person that you thought you was in love with, you start having anxiety about that. Like, oh my gosh, is she gonna, is she gonna leave me?
Is
Is
she
she
gonna
gonna
leave you,
cheat
huh?
on me? The
Is she gonna cheat on you,
insecure
huh?
factor.
The
Yes,
insecure factor. Oh, okay.
yes. So it's just a overall. It's like it's this gut that goes in somebody's chest where they just don't.
You sound like you know a lot about that, man.
Well, thanks to the advent of the internet,
Mm-hmm.
I took some time to read, and I think one of the slides will show ADAA.org, which was which is like the main place I got a lot of this information. Um, so it's just something that I wanted to deal with. But my meme that I created on this topic
Um,
was the Morpheus meme, where I put all of the emojis, right?
uh-huh.
All of the emojis that revolve around like the feeling where you laughing, you crying,
Yeah,
you feel a
fine,
little
yeah, yeah.
silly, whatever. I said all of those people have a form of some type of mental health issue.
Right.
So why is this an American culture? Because
Wow.
America is leading the league, right?
The league is
America is leading the league against the rest of the world by having the most people, the highest percentage. Because it was showed to me, where are you, man? Because that noise is like it's giving
hey,
me
listen, you know, like
anxiety. I'm
I'm
trying to
telling
do a
you,
show here. I'm
yeah,
trying to
yeah,
get
yeah.
out some good
But do the show then,
information,
man. Do the
and
show, man. I told you I was gonna be out there moving around, and I told you that, did I?
I
Did I tell you that?
understand
Oh,
that,
okay
but
then, okay then.
it's the
I
anxiety.
can't. Okay,
It's just
well,
the
let's see if guys you
noise.
get by.
It's. I'm
Get
not.
tired and shit.
I'm just. It's the noise,
Yeah,
man. I'm
yeah,
not.
okay.
I'm not making fun of anybody that goes through this, but
Yeah,
it's what's going on. You feel me? So
yeah.
anyway,
It's happening. This is happening.
it's happening, but trap can make it stop happening. So anywho, one of the things that I noticed, I looked at a map of a globe of the entire world, and it seems like the highest rate, or the highest percentages of people with mental health or substance use disorders were America, uh, Australia. all of Eastern Europe, Greenland, Canada. I thought
Oh
everything was
wow.
cool in Canada, right?
Hey, you know, man. Hey,
It
so
seems like I was about to draw a correlation between people, Caucasians, where Caucasians are heavily populated,
yeah,
versus,
yeah,
but a couple of the countries, a couple of the brown countries like Brazil, well, they really don't recognize they brown like that.
no, they don't.
Argentina, well, same
No, they
thing there.
really don't. They really don't. You know what I mean?
Now, now I'll give Afghanistan some credit. They, I mean, I guess you might have a little anxiety if bombs are flying over your head, and
well,
and you might have a little substance abuse issue
yeah, they produce the best
if
dope in the
if
world.
yeah,
Yeah, okay,
you
so
got opioids growing,
oh, the
next
weed
to
is
your
good over
bed.
there too. I heard. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I bet.
yeah, it is. Shit. Afghan weed is the best weed in the whole goddamn world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and basically the anxiety is the number one. Now, man doesn't understand, but he plays a part in anxiety when he causes wars and,
Yeah,
catastrophes,
yeah,
violence throughout the
yeah,
world. I
yeah.
mean, it doesn't make sense to not act like that. Like man ain't got nothing to do with it. So so that's the lookout for the world part of it. Like I said, America, at least 1 in 5 Americans have some form of mental health issue.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
with leading the league with anxiety, the next one we're going to go to is depression. You guys are going to see a slide that has anxiety issues and it has depression issues in circles, and the circles overlap because there are some things that cause depression that also um, cause anxiety. So basically, depression is like a persistent feeling of sadness and a loss of interest.
Wow.
And like I said, it's everybody ends up relating to all of this stuff.
Yeah, I can lick. I
I
really can.
mean, how do you think Tom Brady felt in February? It was February 4th. He was in Minnesota in the Super Bowl, and he threw the ball, and the guy he threw it to didn't catch it, and the time ran out, and he lost the Super Bowl
Wow.
to the world champion Philadelphia Eagles, who are on right now. But I'm not depressed that I'm missing it, thanks to the advent of recording television. I'll watch that later. You see what I'm saying?
Okay,
Now,
okay, yeah.
I might have been depressed had I not been able to record it. I might be as depressed as Tom Brady sitting on the field when he lost the game. You know who else was
Yeah.
depressed? People that were in Boston that bet millions of dollars and lost, okay?
And see, and that's where the anxiety came in when they knew they didn't have that money. And just,
Yeah.
like, yeah, gonna have to hit the street, baby. Gonna have to
No,
put a wig on, a lipstick, and some high heels and hit the street. You know what I
we
mean?
do
Get on out there,
things
girl.
we do things that can cause us depression, you feel me?
Exactly, exactly.
So
So
it's
see
not
that.
go ahead.
So it's like some of these things that people cause on their own. I mean, it's like cause and effect. You know what I'm saying? It's like you do something that know it's going to cost you some kind of effect and shit. You know what I mean? And then, yeah. Anyway,
I
uh,
mean, but sometimes the world works that way, right?
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
not a
it does.
guarantee.
But if you
You're not the
listen,
one that has to cause the depression, but you will get depressed by a situation. It's just
that
how
you
your
cause,
brain. What's you? I'm sorry, sir, but you can't keep victim blaming when it comes to depression. There are plenty of other things that happen,
no, don't get me wrong. I ain't blaming nobody for
like
having depression or being depressed. Life will beat you down. You know that. I
That's
know
right.
that.
Let's look at history. 1929, the stock market crashed.
Right. So
What
a
did it
bunch of people
cause?
lost their money. Mass
Yes.
suicide. Massive
It,
suicide.
so they call it the Great Depression. They said these people, hard-working people, that get up every day, go to work, make the company money, but the company, they decide to mess and play in the stock markets where they bet on the future of the company, and
Hmm.
and somebody pulled the rug from under them and took all the money, and and now everybody's depressed and everybody's trying to eat Campbell's soup,
Right. So
trying to find a way to survive. But if you're upset because you can't buy a new pair of shoes because you don't have the money, if you're being depressed because you have home repairs that you have to deal with, or car repairs, or if you're depressed because you lost a friend, somebody who you thought you could trust, or you thought you had a relationship with, and now all of a sudden they left. I know you keep saying this sounds like I'm realistic. Like I said, it's part of a culture, and it's people go through these things. I want to say, and if you guys saw a picture of Chrissy Teigen, she also dealt with depression. Her form was postpartum depression, and she's our celebrity of the week. But we'll get to her later.
yeah, you do it later. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to say depression is there, and it's the second highest of the mental health or mental illnesses that are clinically diagnosed by doctors today.
Wow. That's really deep. You know. But like I said, people get depressed, and I can understand it myself. I've been depressed a few times in my life for a minute. You know what I mean? But thank God that I had the Bible somewhere close to me. You feel me? Yeah.
Okay, okay. So we got I'll go to the next one, the stress factor.
Yeah.
So stress, basically everyone experiences stress and anxiety at one time or another. The difference between them is stress is a response to a threat in a situation, and anxiety is a reaction to the stress. You hear that?
Yeah. I heard that.
I
Let's
mean, people that exhibit things like road rage.
oh yeah,
It's a majority of the time it's based off of stress. It's like they think they're driving their car, and you don't want to get it, damaged. So somebody cuts you off in the position where you have to make an abrupt stop.
And you know what?
You may get stressed because of the anxiety of trying to protect the car. Do you understand that?
Well, yeah, I understand it. Up to a point, I do. 2 points.
Do you have any examples of stress, sir?
Like I said, some of those things are self-brought on. You know what I mean? You actually bring them on yourself. You know what I'm saying? So
You're blaming the victim again. You're victim blaming.
no. I'm not blaming the victim, man. I'm just saying this shit. There's some of this shit that some of these people coming down with, and they're going to the doctor and saying, "Oh, I'm stressed out, so I'm crazy and shit." Sometimes they stress themselves out and shit. I mean, turn the music on something nice that you like and shit, and relax and shit. You feel me? But I've seen cases of road rage where people actually shot at people and threw things at them and got pulled over and got to fight with people. Man, that's dumb shit. You know what I mean? You could call it stress and shit. You could call it road rage. You call it what you want to call it and shit. But some of these things that people bring onto themselves and shit. You know what I mean? Seriously.
Okay, now look at the cop, police officer, right?
Right.
His wife tired of him being a dick, right?
Right.
Whatever. So she said, "I want a divorce." So now he got to go to work every day.
Mm-hmm.
Or he found out that
shit out of everybody, right?
He gonna beat everybody ass, huh?
Yeah, beat everybody ass.
Is that okay?
Lord, yeah.
Is
No,
that
it's not
okay?
okay.
He didn't. He might not have caused that on himself. Maybe the woman just wanted to leave him. So now,
Right.
what is he going to do? He's stressed out, but he has a job to do. He's supposed to protect and serve the people. But now his decision making may be a little bit clouded now because of, because of his attitude, because of the stress that he's under, having to pay for lawyers, having to, worry about his custody with his children.
And half his utili. You know what I mean?
Okay, but you hear what I'm saying? Now
Yeah, I hear
all
you,
of
my
that,
friend.
he now has added stress on him.
Yeah.
When it's time for him to make a decision in regards to how does he deal with a person that's walking towards him, is he going to pull off the taser, or is he going to pull out the nightstick, or is he going to pull out the gun? He see that he can get away with it so many times. He just end up on desk duty. They don't take his money from him. Maybe he decides. Maybe he thinks he can get a stress-free environment by doing desk duty for the next 30 days.
And see, exactly. See, and this is the thing about this, right? You talking about mental health, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you got a toothache, where you go?
I go to the dentist.
Okay. Now you got you wake up with a bad headache 3 days in a row. I mean, really bad. Where do you go? You go to the doctor, right?
Go to the doctor, yeah.
Okay. Now, you got like some issues and shit that you need to address. They got places for you to go. You know what I mean? You could get treatment. You know what I mean?
But
for these problems.
But that's the thing. How many generations felt as though this was what we needed to do? It was not a lot of generations that thought that it was the first thing for us to do was to seek help if we had a mental issue. That's a new thing. That's recent. That's millennial thinking.
Oh, really?
Basically, if you grew up with Oprah, you might have started hearing about people talking about personalities, having bipolar or being things of that nature. We didn't hear about that in the 60s and the 50s because that's when America was great. If you didn't feel good, you were taught. You were taught. I just want to say this: you were taught to get yourself up, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, get out there and make something of yourself.
Yeah,
that's what you were told. Right? Get over it. Build a bridge and get over it. That's what you were taught back then. So that's part of it. But we're dealing with a new type. We're dealing with a new era, and these kids if they aren't asking for help, and they get depressed, they get into a situation where they just don't want to deal with it anymore. They might do something crazy, like I don't know, take their parents' rifle and go to the school and shoot everybody up. Because I wanted to bring this up. This happens to be the excuse that's usually used by defense attorneys across the country when we talk about certain people committing murders.
So you're stressed out, you decide to kill everybody. Huh?
So, yes, my cat died, so now everybody died. She broke up with me, so now nobody gets to live.
And not even her, huh? Kill the love of your life. Kill the love of your life because she left you. You know what I mean? Wow. Damn.
So that's
hell no.
But now most of the time he decides to kill himself afterward. He or she decides to kill themselves afterwards, right? That was always my biggest problem with these type of people. I'm like, if you're so unhappy with your family and everything like that, why don't you put a bullet in yourself first, then go after them, right?
Yeah, good kill everybody else.
That was my mantra. Put a bullet in your head first before going after your family.
Yeah, but that makes a lot of sense.
So,
and what the dog got to do with it?
Oh, well, in certain cultures, everybody got to die. So John, he kills Becky, his daughter Susan, his son Brian, kills the dog Fido, kills the cat Whiskers, and even drains the water out the fish tank.
Oh hell no!
He takes everybody out sometimes.
Sometimes.
She takes everybody out sometimes. Sometimes she drives her kids. She drives the car into the river, and then she jumps out the car. Then she goes and reports to the police that a black man took her kids. I'm talking about you, Susan Smith. But anyway, so the fourth part, the suicide, because we pushed this, and I just want to say about suicide, something about the warning signs. So, like, people who kill themselves exhibit one or more warning signs. Okay,
and they're real clear too.
Either through what they say or do. The more warning signs, the greater the risk. Okay,
that's right.
So, you know, I put the one of the slides is the suicide hotline. I had that. I posted that on Instagram a long time ago, about a year and a half ago. But I was like, you know, it's real important. Anybody ever feels that type of thought where they want to end their life, they should get a phone line, one call, 1-800-273-8255. It's just to talk through a little bit so that they, you know, somebody, that excuse me, that hotline is available 24 hours a day. So
24/7. Christmas, it's Thanksgiving, all the time.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And it's, you know, it's a different way, because trust me, there's something to live for.
It's always something to live for.
Always something to live for. I think that's a picture of Demi Lovato when she says love is louder than the pressure to succeed. Another person, and you know, I know a lot of people like to participate in recreational drugs, but sometimes the motivation could be a motivation of depression. And when people who do partake in recreational drugs, and it's because they are depressed, or they have a bad anxiety, or, you know, or they have stress, they may take more than they should, and that leads to situations where people overdose. So it's real important, you know, anybody, as with anything, whether it's recreational drugs, whether it's food, I have to tell myself that about food. You know, whatever you do, you know, do in moderation. Be mindful, you know, of moderation. Too much of anything can kill you.
Yes, it can.
Yeah.
And the suicide thing is, you don't have to kill yourself and end it all. You know what I mean? Life goes on. You know what I'm saying? You can find a way through this. You got to get help if you got a problem. You know what I mean? You got to go get help. First thing you have to say is acknowledge that the fact that you need help. You know what I mean? That's the first thing. You know? Yeah,
that's right.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Suicide used to be a where I come from, like a very rare occasion. You know what I mean? Very rare that somebody killed themselves, especially black folk. You know what I mean? Oh, hell no, they ain't killing themselves. But now, it's become a daily occurrence, you know? And something changed. You know what I mean? It's the social media and the bullshit like that that's been taking people out.
Yeah, you know? a lot of kids have been killing themselves over bullying, cyberbullying, you know, the relationship stuff. You know, it's just having to relive things. There's people, like, we know, a lot of us know Freaky. Even you know Freaky London. I show you that video.
Yeah. We know him. Yeah.
I didn't watch Freaky London catch that same ass whooping from that guy in Arizona like 100 of times, right? But I salute Freaky London for not giving up on life. You know, he's still out there trying to survive.
Give him a shout out there.
Yeah, I gave shout out to Freaky London. There you go.
Yeah,
Right?
there you go.
Just for having the mental capacity to survive that ass whooping that he received. Okay. So so let's so for all of that, the culture of mental health, we didn't touch on what we want to touch on again. There are some scammers out there. Like everything, there's a culture of fraudulent people who are using this platform of mental health in fraudulent ways. But since this is I have to stress this. This is an invisible condition. So it's not like, somebody who has like third-degree burns and they may be frustrated. You can look at them and say, oh, well, you got third-degree burns. I can see how
Yeah,
you're upset. This is something that sometimes we can't see. You just can't tell. It's real. It's invisible. It rests inside of their minds. But
exactly.
there are frauds, but the government does make a lot of money off of this. You get tied into this. Some of your rights get taken away. You can lose the opportunity to possess and own firearms if you get caught into this world. Um, Doctors, not doctors, but medicine companies work diligently. Um, they try to give it to a lot of people, especially young black men who may be having, a little. They might have a little anxiety about going to school, and it's like, oh, he can't calm down, so we got to put him on some Ritalin or put him on some Zoloft. I don't know. You right?
Yeah,
So
that bullshit. Yeah, you know what I'm
that
saying?
that part of this world is out there, but I really thought it made more sense to be, direct with people who may know people or may themselves experience mental things. And there are treatments, there are ways around it. Like I said, and people that do get help, they is anybody who knows, if you ever been in any type of medical condition, and the doctor started talking to you about stuff. Oh, well, yeah, your thyroid and your medulla oblongata. You start learning because it's about your life, because that's what you want to
Exactly.
protect: your life, your liberty, and your pursuit of happiness.
That's right.
So
That's right,
let's
brother.
so we gonna hop into our topics. We gave that topic all the time. So we going one line, two line, a couple of these, but we gonna punch on one. So the first topic is this day in history. 1974, Nixon leaves office. A
Wow.
day after announcing the resignation, Richard Nixon officially ends his term as the 37th president of the United States. He is succeeded by Vice President Gerald Ford,
Oatmeal
and
man.
he became the first president to assume office through appointment rather than election.
Wow.
So Nixon, being a dick in office, had to get up out of there, right?
Yeah, yeah, get out of there.
So
Go to jail.
yeah. So let me take a break for a second. Shout out some of our room. Shout out Illuminati Cool, Blue Label Ryan. Thanks for hosting, Rich, Jaquan in the house. Rob Lowe stopped by looking for that popcorn. We got Gene Paul be up in here sometime. Javier Torres, salute, sir. And don't let stress win, man. Don't let it win. You gotta win. You feel me?
That's what you right, man. You hit that
Yeah.
right on the nail, baby.
Tell stress stop being a Dick Nixon. You know what I mean?
All
So
right.
so what else, man? You got anything else on Nixon? Cause I don't got nothing for that dude.
He was all right, president. He was all right. He just was a crook. That's all. You know what I mean? Just like,
But I thought he said, "I am not a crook."
well, that's what everybody say. When somebody say, I'm not a crook, I'm not a thief, I'm not a liar, I'm not a cheat, you know what? That's the one you got to watch out for. You feel me? Because
Oh
you ain't
yeah.
got to announce nothing. If you ain't it, you ain't got to announce it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta you ain't gotta announce that you're not if you're not. You know what I mean? You can just say, okay, that's what you think. All right. You know.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out D Holla too. So we're gonna move on to our Me Too of the week. Every week, something related to sexual allegations. Wow.
Oh boy.
So we got a judge. If y'all see a picture of an older Caucasian fella sitting in a room, that is Judge Alex Kozinski. Judge Alex Kozinski. He had an issue with some of the people that work with him for sexual misconduct back in 2017, and he knew he couldn't win. He knew the scales were tipped against him. The scales of justice were going to kill him. So he got up out of there and resigned in December of 2017. Why am I talking about it now? Apparently, this judge is the mentor of Supreme Court nominee Brett M. Kavanaugh, the guy that Mr. Trump is about to nominate. You know, he say, "Hey, I want this guy to be Supreme Court justice for Kennedy that's about to retire." Trump got a second one, but we ain't going. My issue about this story: why did we have to hear about this now? Like, why are they bringing this up? Because if there's an issue with Kavanaugh, I have no problem with the media going after Kavanaugh about some type of sexual shit. You know what I mean? They took their time to dissect this man. I mean, and this, I know it's a vetting process that we have to do this vetting. We'd rather do it before they get in office and we find out they paying strippers $130,000 to shut up. Oh, did I say strippers? I'm sorry, I meant porn stars. But anyway, yeah. So I understand
/ porn star.
Yeah, I understand the vetting process, but it's to me, it's kind of sickening to do the guilt by association when he's not on trial. He's not on trial for that. So, and from what I've heard, basically nobody's saying that he's been involved in any of this. He acts like he's real respectful in the workplace. You know, he could be. You can be a Republican and you can be respectful in the workplace. You can be a Democrat and be respectful in the workplace. You know, I just felt like this was a stupid way to, tie this nominee up. There's plenty of other things you could tie him up for.
Yeah.
Check him out. Ask him how you feel about the stuff that you really care about, like abortion and women's pay.
And equal rights.
Yeah, he might.
Immigration.
He might have been on their side. Now, throw dirt up on him, like, oh, you mess with that guy, he might not want to vote with you.
Exactly. Yeah, he might just decide to get some revenge. Do something nasty.
Yeah.
Something funky. You know how that go.
So our celebrity of the week. Our celebrity of the week is a lady by the name of Chrissy Teigen. So you may have seen a couple of pictures.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of pictures.
Yeah. I think she did a Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Y'all ain't trapped, man?
Yeah, I'm all right. Just, thinking about that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So give you a little background on Chrissy Teigen. She is wife and mom to John Legend and John Legend's child, right?
Yeah. Lucky dog.
You're not gonna start hating on John Legend, are you?
Oh no, I love John Legend, man. All he do is talk about hitting something and shit. You know what I mean? And I see why. And shit, he got that at home and shit up. He's thinking all up. He's thinking about hitting too. And shit, goddamn, come here, girl. I got something for you. Shit, come here.
Yeah, she kind of skinny to me, but if you asked me to smash or pass, I definitely would smash.
Smash.
No disrespect to Mr. Legend.
Fuck him. Well, oh yeah, you know, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm sorry, John. I like your music too, man. Like your wife too.
My name will be Legend when I get done with her. Okay. I'm just saying, you know.
That's
the reality talking, baby. Anyway, she's our celebrity of the week because, like I mentioned earlier, she was very open about her bouts with postpartum depression. It was, and this is a very occurrence. It kind of happens to like almost every woman that I've ever met that has talked about having children. One of the things they spoke on is having, this depressive feeling. Maybe they did not, maybe they're not losing the weight fast enough, or maybe, the dad, he's stepping out. He not trying to do his part, or with how she feels, all types of shit like that. So
the cuckoo didn't go back to size like it should have.
Yeah,
shit like that.
Her boobs is, leaking breast milk and shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, all kind of crazy shit, man. You know how that shit go, man. And I don't know, man, but it's a real thing, and a lot of women suffer from it, and they need to get help if they do have it. I think it was brave of her to put herself out there like that and let the world know that she had that problem. Even the rich and the famous are susceptible to mental illness. You know what I mean?
That's right. Because we got a picture of Robin Williams where he had depression, and it got to him so bad he ended up committing suicide. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that is the result. We had some suicides of some celebrities earlier this year. I know one of them was the cook, or the guy Anthony Bourdain. It's like what's going on? You know what I mean? He
man,
just got
yourself out.
Got tired of living. Rockstar. Got the guy Chad Pennington from Linkin Park. Just got tired of living. You know what I mean? But like I said, one of the first things that people have to do is, just ask for help. Just ask.
Yeah, that's all you have to do is ask for help.
If you feel that bad, ask.
Yeah.
I would give my phone number out. I give you my PayPal. You can ask me in your PayPal. I am not a professional, but I would do all I can to help you.
That's right. And I will too. You know what I'm saying? I will too. So you think you're not pretty enough or shit, or whatever, or you're too fat, you know what I mean, or whatever like that, or whatever the problem is and shit. I'm here to help you out. You know what I mean? Old man to help you out. Get you some help. You know what I mean? Get you some medicine and shit. You know.
So salute to Chrissy Teigen and her,
coming out with
her boldness. Yes, she came out of her problem like she came out of her clothes for Sports Illustrated. Hallelujah! Right. So we're gonna combine topics this week. So we usually do our cop shot of the week. And then we go to a local story. Well, we're going to combine ours because our cop shot of the week comes out of Philadelphia. Basically, there was a deadly police-involved shooting in the section of Germantown. So just listen to how we broke this down. A man who was apparently mistaken thought his home was being broken into, opened fire on Philadelphia police as they sought to serve an arrest warrant for his grandson. So he critically wounded one officer before he was killed by return fire. A woman that was in the house, who happened to be his wife, was also shot. So she didn't even have a gun, but she got shot too. So this was called an all-out tragedy by our police commissioner.
It was a tragedy. It was.
Yeah. And the picture that I sent a picture. They show all the cops with this stupid look on their face, and whoever made the caption underneath, they say, "Oh, the cops are responding to an officer being shot." I'm like, well, what about the man that got killed? What about this 59-year-old homeowner in his house, legally minding his damn business? You got the air conditioners on. You got your TV on. It's the summertime. You got your TV on. You're in your house.
Neighbors playing the music loud.
Yes. Cops want to run up in your house. What are we trained to do, Americans? We're trained to defend our rights, defend our homeland. You tell me I got all the rights in the world. If an intruder comes in to my house, I got the right to let that intruder know he is not welcome here by any means necessary.
Oh, boy. Well, all right.
Why is this an absolute tragedy? By the way, just to give you the background on the grandson turned himself in. Like, he probably wasn't even running from him. He probably didn't even know he had a warrant.
No, he probably didn't.
No, I really don't think he did. He turned himself in, and, they let him go the same day.
The same day.
So how severe of a warrant was this?
It was bullshit. It was bullshit. It was a cop going at you.
It's a warrant on weapons charges. Weapons charges.
They didn't even say what kind of weapon he was.
So you got to. So this is, yes, the guns, just guns. But look, this is your SWAT team going in. So I'm counting the SWAT. Say it's a 10-man team. You send 10 people running into my house, and you end up having to pay them over 4 hours worth of time because they got shot at and they killed somebody they ain't had no business killing. When you could have had 2 cops stake out in front of that house and wait for that guy to come out or go in or out.
A phone call. Yo, man, come on out here so I can lock your ass up. You know what you done did. Come on, boy.
Why is it we're talking about a row home in an urban city? Why are the tactical response teams terrible with tactics? You control the area. This is your area. Was a drone deployed or helicopter? Like, you control the area. You can do a whole lot better than busting in somebody's house and killing the homeowner. You killed that man but you banged on the door. He didn't answer. Your anxiety made you knock down his door. Now he's paranoid. He grabs his gun and tells his old lady to go out the back. I'm gonna handle this. He don't know who you are.
I'm gonna defend my property.
That's right. You ain't announced yourself when you bust in that door.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see some. The city of Philadelphia owes me some body cam footage.
Yeah, a lot of it too.
And I'm sorry this officer got shot.
Yeah, I feel sorry for his family and all that.
This is a tragedy, and it is an all-around tragedy. But once again, rules of engagement.
Exactly.
To catch a 20-year-old gun criminal you're going to
Alleged
kick down
gun criminal.
alleged gun criminal. You're going to kick down the people's door. Like,
Not his
it's
mom's
just,
house, but his grandfather's house. God damn.
yes, very poor tactical decisions. But, you know, we're talking about black people, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. You know what it
Okay. So I'm
Nigga with
just,
a gun is always dangerous. You know that.
this story's been bothering me all week.
It bothers everybody.
I'm not trying to make fun of like mental issues, but this story has been it's been on my mind and on my heart all week because it can happen.
It could have been anybody. It could have happened to anybody. You know,
I had a situation. I'm gonna just tell this real quick. I had a situation where I was at work and my lady was here, her dad was here, his woman was here. You know, they spend the night over, and the cops came to serve a warrant for a guy. And like, I've been at the house for 7 years. Like, how is this person's last known address?
because he probably in jail.
Luckily, yeah, exactly, right? Luckily, somebody decided to get up and go to the door, and they ran through the house, and they didn't find my stash. Praise Jesus. But this was a long time ago, okay? And by stash, what lie can I make up real quick? Porno stash.
Whatever.
Yeah. So anyway, I just hate this. It's just ass. Very upset.
You start the show with life, liberty, and freedom and shit, the pursuit of happiness and all that shit. Well, they must have forgot that shit, man. Somebody must have forgot it because they just, they took a life, they took the liberty, they took the happiness from this family. You know what I'm saying? All that was stolen away because some dumbass mistakes were made. Mm-hmm.
Not by them. You know, earlier today you were like, "Oh, it's personal." I'm like, I can't get mad at that man for doing what he did because under no circumstances
he did what most motherfuckers would have done.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
All of those cops would have did the same thing.
Yeah, they did the same thing. Somebody came through their door like that.
They would have did the same thing.
But with the like I said, the tragedy. I saw the anxiety in the police commissioner's face and shit. He was really messed up about that because he knew that something really went wrong. You know what I mean? And they had the back of the house covered. They had the front of the house covered. They had the roof covered. What was wrong with just picking up a phone and calling in there and say, "Hey, listen, we looking for your grandson. Yeah, send him out." Oh, he ain't in here. Okay, then he ain't in there. Well, we're gonna knock on the door here and we're gonna come in. You know what I mean? And search your house. Okay, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So that one hurt my feelings, and but I think
more than my feelings.
I might give Rich my national story. He can have this story. Because we running low on time. This Uber Lyft cap in New York. And I didn't put a picture up with that, nor did I put my my Brian France picture. I'm gonna say hi to some folks. Nikki Jean stopped by, salute, and Cali Connected was good. Cliff Bravo, thanks for tuning in to American Culture Topics. Our final story tonight. Where would we be without murder? Murder. Murder is the top cause of... No, it ain't. I'll stop. Our world story tonight, we travel to Nagasaki.
Nagasaki.
Yes. Nagasaki. Where in 1945, 73 years ago, the United States drops the atom bomb on Nagasaki.
On Nagasaki.
Yes. 22,000 tons of TNT, force. It kills
22,000
80.
tons.
Yes, it kills 80,000 people. That's how much.
80,000 people.
80, not 18, 80.
80,000 people in one
Yes.
stroke. Damn, that's the biggest mass murder of them all, is it?
One shot, one missile, one bomb,
One by
80,000 murders.
So that means that the United States is the only country in the world that ever used a nuclear weapon on people.
On people, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. And does that also mean that they use it on the Asian population?
This was Japan, sir.
Yeah. So Asian
The
population.
bomb was nicknamed Fat Man.
Fat Man. Okay. Ooh. Damn. Yeah. I thought I heard Trump call somebody Fat Man or Fat Boy, something like that.
The other bomb, I think, was named Little Boy, right?
Oh, Little Boy.
Now, that was the bomb that I think dropped on Hiroshima.
Hiroshima. God
Yes.
damn. Wow.
So as time went on, you think about,
and I want all. You go ahead. Excuse me.
There had to be some type of residual effects, rather.
Yeah.
People who did survive. You got some people that survived.
Yeah, some anxiety.
They had maybe depression. They had some type of depression, some type of anxiety. Anytime a flame, sometimes flames fly over people. They kind of have a remembrance of things.
Yeah. So I got that. Yeah.
It's just I sit back and think about it from this standpoint, because you saw me get into it with the fella that was a former Navy vet, and when I told him that we were going to talk about this tonight, he said, "What do you mean murder? Why are you calling it murder?" It's like, well, I don't think all 80,000 of those people were soldiers of Japan's military.
No.
So, matter of fact, vast majority of them weren't soldiers. So
no.
All of those people who weren't soldiers were not fighting. They had no thoughts about wanting to be in any fight. They just wanted to live their life, right? Drink their sake.
Drink their sake.
Well, yeah, I don't know about the life liberty stuff. I don't know the rules over there, but
I think they had some liberties, and they did have life for sure. You know what I mean? But listen, it's so crazy about that. It's like, okay, you drop this bomb on these people, right? And the history of those people is they some fighting motherfuckers. They knew how to fight. I keep telling people, if they think the Japanese don't have no bombs and shit, or no missiles and shit, you gotta be fucking crazy. They ready, okay? Ain't nobody coming dropping shit on them no more.
So I said when the bombs go off, they will be one of the first ones to shoot.
Fly. They're going to fire first.
They've been fired upon, and I guarantee it'll be a stress reliever when they let go of their nuclear bombs.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah, they got the capability. You feel me? They got the capability. But like I said, using a nuclear weapon is like a bad thing, or even by building a nuclear weapon. Any country that builds a nuclear weapon, there's some bad people there. You know what I mean?
Thanks to Albert Einstein, he helped.
Oh, wait a minute, hold up. Now, hold up. You can be busting on Albert now. Because you know what? Like anything could have been used for good. His equation did not specifically build the bomb. It showed you how to get nuclear fission. And you can use nuclear fission to fuel a city, to fuel a submarine, to fuel an underground city. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You could use it to fuel a rocket that will take us out of the solar system. There's so many things that it could have been used for peacefully. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not necessary to invent something that could be turned into a weapon, but some people, like the Chinese, were playing with rockets and shit, right? Uh, for uh maybe 500-600 years before uh Witchcom showed up. Marco Polo came and he seen the rockets and he said, "Oh damn, you know what?" And he busted this shit in the air like it's a toy or something and shit. Like, we could use that shit to fuck somebody up with. You know what I'm saying? So the Chinese were playing with gunpowder, and then the other people came and they saw it and they used it in a way. And the same way with nuclear shit, you can use nuclear for a lot of good stuff. Shit. Einstein equation is not for a bomb. It's just how to use the nuclear reaction to do things
Yes.
with.
And the idea of 3D printing was to give people a chance to, make things on their own. And
Exactly.
and it didn't
You know
take
what I mean?
long for them to say, well, duh, I want to make a gun.
Them
And guess what? Next they're going to want to
again,
make,
huh?
they're going to
Them
want to make,
motherfuckers again.
they're
You know
going
what I
to want
mean?
to make a bomb
Them
too.
motherfuckers again.
They're going to want to make a bomb too.
Yeah, well,
And
see,
after that, they might want to make a nuclear bomb.
with 3D printing,
Why not?
that's very interesting and shit. You know, you could build houses with 3D printing too, right? All you have to do is just upsize the machine. You know.
Well, everything a man touch, he will corrupt.
Well, see, that
Okay,
corruption comes from
so
a certain place.
we forgot to try to save people in stress. Remember, we're opinionated here, and it's just
Very
for
opinionated.
it's
I ain't
just for
got no goddamn stress.
it's just
You know
for
what I mean?
discussion. It's just for
Just
discussion.
discussion. Just
How do
because I
you
ain't got no goddamn stress.
how do
Only
people
thing I'm
say
stressed about my
how
girl
do
being here tonight.
okay?
She
I'm
ain't gonna
just
be
trying to
here.
say it one more time.
All right, go ahead.
How can we help people? How can people get out of stress, anxiety, and depression and suicidal thoughts?
Uh, Smoke plenty of weed if you have stress. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, smoke plenty of weed. And then make sure that your refrigerator is stopped or is a close by Wawa's or 7-Eleven. Okay? See,
Okay.
yeah. So you smoking your weed, you sitting back, the neighbor raising hell, your wife talking shit, I'm leaving you. The boy that at the gym, he shows up. You say, hey man, what's up? Yeah, I'm helping her move out. Oh, damn, and shit. You know, shit. Smoke some more of that shit. See y'all motherfuckers later. Yo, man, can you stop at the McDonald's, get me a cheeseburger? That's how you get rid of stress. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Yeah, smoke some
Me,
weed.
I'm gonna say get in tune with your spirit and your spiritual self. I'm gonna tell you to
Yeah,
love
read your
yourself.
Bible. Yeah,
Love yourself. And
read your Bible and shit.
if
And
you
all that
if
other
you
crazy
want to
stuff.
read the Bible, read the Bible. I'm
Read the
not gonna tell
Bible.
you not to. If you want
No,
to
no, no.
read the
Read the
Quran,
Quran.
read the
Yeah,
Quran.
read the
I'm
Quran.
not gonna
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
you not to.
Yeah,
You want to
read the
read the
Torah.
Torah,
Yeah, read it,
read the
read
Torah.
it.
I'm
And
not
don't
gonna
forget the
tell you
Buddhist
not to.
read it too and shit, you know what I mean?
If you
Read
want to
about
be
Buddha.
if you
You know
if
what I
you
mean?
want to meditate and read about Buddha, you want to meditate, I'm not going to
Yeah.
tell you not to.
No,
Whatever
no.
it takes to get you
Get
to
your spirit
get
to
your
that place.
spirit up and enjoying life and living that
Mm-hmm.
best life,
Yeah. Yeah.
do
Look at a
that.
cloud, man. Look at a cloud and say, yeah, I'm floating in that cloud. My
Do
mind
that.
is dead. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
if you wanna partake in marijuana, if that's what you
Or
think is going to get
ecstasy.
you there, do that.
Ecstasy, you know what I mean?
Moderation.
Yeah, a little bit of this, a
Moderation.
little bit of that. Yeah,
Moderation.
moderation.
Yes.
Moderation is always the thing. The key to all of this shit is moderation with all these things and shit. Make your pond smooth. No ripples. You know what I'm saying? Don't let no ripples come up in your pond and you all right. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, okay. Fuck that shit. I'm keep on going on.
But remember, you might get it under control, but the person to your left and the person to your right may not be under control. And you have to understand, do your best not to have to bust a cap in their ass.
Or look at a good movie and go to the Tycoon Grove joint and you tell the man, listen, I want to learn one blow. You know what I mean? One blow. Now they give you the knockout blow or the blow that's gonna take them out. You know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily need a gun to bust a cap in the motherfucker ass and shit. You could just use your plain hands and shit, and you could learn a killer blow. You know what I mean? A real killer blow. You could do that. You don't need no gun. You know? Yeah. And if you know something about knives and shit, you got your good razor or a sharp motherfucking knife, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You like, so
Yeah.
it's it. Fuck it, this is it. Fuck your ass up.
You see how we got violent real quick, but we all right. We ain't
Yeah,
gonna hurt
we
nobody.
cool. Yeah, I ain't hurt nobody.
We ain't gonna hurt you.
I am not
Unless
gonna
you
hurt
try to run
nobody.
up in here.
Because my defense turned
I'm
into
talking to
offense.
you
Goddamn
too, PPD.
it.
Run up in here. Find out.
My defense turned into offense. I'm trying to tell you, motherfuckers and shit. Come up in here and shit. Your ass gonna lose.
Find out.
Lose. You better bring a duke with you and shit. You fucking with me.
I bet y'all be tactical that day. You better be.
Better be tactical. You better be on the airplane that the fuck up out of here and shit. Damn, how can you knock on my door and kick it down and shit and then no, I can't no. Not two places at one time. Go ahead, man.
That's right. So thank you guys for joining us on American Culture Topics. Trap Gardner, my co-host, he can be reached via the PayPal. PayPal.me/TrapGardner. And
give me some of y'all money.
Trap has been talking to me about a story that he wants to put on his channel. So I'm gonna work with him, and we're gonna try to put that story out there because it falls in line with all this tactical stuff.
Yeah.
And that's right. I am Mills Lane. I'm sometimes on the Instagrams and the Twitters, mainly commenting, not too much. But yeah, we do. I got the channel, Mills Lane channel, where I will put some more content up, and you can reach me at any of those platforms or the PayPal, me/Mills Lane. You can reach me anywhere there. I really like doing this for the educational and entertainment value.
Yeah.
Hope you guys were entertained and educated as well.
Be educated.
Yes. And stick around. Don't let life get you down. Because next week we'll provide more clown to remove your frown so you don't have to turn into a Whitney Houston and drown.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry. I had to take one shot.
Okay.
I was pretty nice. I was nice all night.
That was deep.
I was nice all night.
That was rough, man.
Well, thanks again. I'm gonna get into this Super Bowl champion Eagles. Rest of y'all enjoy. I'm gonna enjoy my green. Y'all enjoy y'all green. End scene. Thank you. Salute.
Good night, y'all, and peace, love, and happiness.